Warning. The following views shared on this podcast are the unfiltered expressions of our vibrant personalities. We are here to dissect the pulse-pounding world of pro wrestling, from the epic battles inside the ring to the captivating storylines that keep us hooked. Our discussions may venture into unexpected territories, from questioning the creative direction or analysing the artistry behind the suplexes and submissions. Please understand that we aim to entertain, educate and engage. But please also remember that we are just merely fans and observers, and we are not actual wrestlers, journalists or industry insiders. As we always say, by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Enjoy.
Yo guys, what's going on? Episode 179 of the Wrestling's Podcast.
Make some fucking noise.
Last week was a great week for UK. Very great week for UK. We had the Money in the Bank in the O2.
Yeah.
We had, everyone was happy. That was another
Wait,
thing
what
as well.
episode did you just say?
79.
Got you.
79. I checked already.
I have to just double check it.
Everyone was happy. Like, what was happening last week? We had a great watch party as well. Thanks to everyone that came to the watch party.
Make some fucking noise for the watch party.
Thank you.
I put it there for like this. Like, if you're not coming to a Wrestling's watch party, from now onward, you are missing out. Like, we had people that we've never seen before in our life. People came from Scotland. People came from where?
Wales.
Am I lying?
No, the better people came from everyone, man.
Yeah, bro. It was nice, man. Like, people coming through. I was like, are you here for the Money Bank? He goes, yeah, I'm here for the Money Bank.
I was
I
like,
was like,
wow.
let me see a ticket. I was like, oh shit, you actually here? It's crazy, man. So big up Loading Bar, man. Loading Bar.
Big
Honestly,
shout to Loading Bar every
we owe you
single
a
time.
big box of chocolates, bruv. Honestly, you man always come through with us, man. So
For the past year, man, they've been holding us down, man.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
People keep saying, "Oh, why didn't you do another venue?" But it's like,
Loading Bar is the home. It's like we'll tell AW to stop going to Chicago. We'll stop doing Loading Bar. Simple.
obviously, we'll do other venues, innit? But home
That
is
doesn't
where
make sense.
home is where the heart is.
That doesn't make
Yeah, man.
sense. It doesn't make sense. We got some blacks in the building. Sam Brakata.
Some bracks.
I've not seen this guy since LA. I've been. When's last time see you? What's speak there, bro?
Jesus Christ, it's been a fucking minute. I can't lie to you, but
I put your bag. Don't even leave the bag.
Sorry,
It's okay.
I know,
It's the money in the bag.
You see, man wanted to know.
it's mine. I'm coming for that contract.
Hey, Sam Brakata, go and speak to
Some
him.
bracks.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. I've just been focusing on business and other things, but I'm back.
Things.
I'm here. You know, Things podcast. You understand what I've been doing. Scoot up and everything. Get the match. Scoot up and everything. We're here. Big up the Mandem. Love you all. Like,
Yeah, man.
Good to have you back, Sam.
Some bracks.
Have you back.
We got Dale in the building, baby. Hey, Dale, it's been a while. I miss you. I can't lie.
But it's been a minute. Like, like Blacks, I've been like, working some other stuff, some extracurricular stuff. But yeah, it's good to be back, man. I've been seeing the Mandem, so like, yeah, man. Let's get this show on the road, man.
Mex and V are not here today, but they'll definitely be on the next one, I'm sure. You got those?
it's my first time being in the studio. It looks big cat.
Yeah, it does. Have you not seen? No, have you not seen? It's shaking. It's animating. It's animating. It's animating.
Oh,
Also, guys, big up guys from 2K. Big up Josh as well for
Big up
panning us
Josh every
the
single time.
complimentary. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're sexy. Tickets. It was good. I can't lie. We ate. What did you eat? Bro, they gave us food, bro. They gave us grub. Bro, I can't lie. We were sitting there.
not the kind you be eating, but
We weren't even fat, bro. What are you talking about?
no, just say not the food that he's eating, innit?
Hey, cut the pod.
Oh, it's what, veg.
Not the food he's eating, innit? Come on, man. This is bad belly that's doing people. Like, guilty conscience is doing people.
No vegetables, just vegetables.
Also, quick one here. What happened? Like, I came late, yeah. Obviously, we're gonna do introductions a bit. I came late to Twitter, yeah. It was probably for things, innit? But you probably elaborate on things, well. I came late on Twitter and I saw some girl being exposed for being on that website.
What website?
Oh,
The purple website. I forgot the name of the website. Purple website.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll elaborate properly on.
You elaborate probably on things.
You're out for that, yeah?
Huh?
Because I came late to it. Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah, I saw the interaction.
It's basically over a pot of paper and nines.
I saw that tweet,
Yeah.
but I didn't think
I
it was over that.
didn't see the girl's tweet.
I saw the girl's tweet.
I saw the response.
I saw the girl's tweet.
I saw the response.
I didn't see the
I saw
response. I saw the girl's tweet.
What did she tweet?
She tweet. What game you talking about?
The one that got exposed.
No, I didn't see her tweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't see
Yeah,
her
I saw
tweet.
the
I saw the aftermath.
I saw the
I
aftermath.
saw the aftermath.
But I saw that girl's
I saw the
tweet first.
receipts. I saw the receipt, and then
Yeah.
that was it.
Bro,
I didn't see the purchase. Yeah, I saw the receipt. I didn't see the purchase.
Oh, let me know what happened.
Yeah, things.
I can't lie, you might get involved still.
Become a member. Become a member to see this content.
Okay, be doing the credits. Roll the credits, man.
Huh?
Roll the credits, bro. Roll the credits in front of you, bro.
What are we talking about?
Just do this, bro.
Oh.
Just roll the credits. Hey, don't roll the credits, please.
Road credits.
Yo, don't even lie.
Man's talking.
I saw it.
I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm confused again. 24th of July at Hustle,
Hustle.
Wrestling at the Colour Factory. One of the best shows in the UK. If you're missing this show out, you're missing out on a lot. Any more announcements? Memberships. Guys, you can see
Get
the
your
membership here as well. Get memberships as well. Also, grab some WWE merch in the description below. They have some sick Cody Rhodes t-shirts at the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So,
Even the Money in Bank t-shirt was
that was
as
cold.
well.
The football jersey.
Football one, yeah, that was cold.
That was cold. Also, big up to Blacksmith, man. You're doing well, bro.
Big up to Blacksmith.
Blacksmith, bro. We were there. We were at SmackDown. We see Sheamus and Ridge and Pete Dunne come out with the. I was like, raw.
That's dope, man. Make some noise for him.
And also Walker's now athlete at Blacksmith as well. That's big, man.
Make some noise for Blacksmith even more. Fuck it. 30th of July. Are you a 2K player? Are you good at 2K? Come show us your skills. July 30th, loading bar. We're doing a 2K tournament. Big up 2K. There's going to be prizes, there's going to be food, there's going to be drinks. And then after, just subscribe to things and you'll see what's, you know what I mean? The tribal chiefs.
Many people. Many
Yeah.
people.
July 30th, roll the credits.
people.
Yeah, credits.
Yeah.
I'll go add that to the credits now. Sick.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tickets will be out. Yeah, by the time this video comes out. So yeah.
Yeah.
Any more announcements quickly for you, bro? Oh yeah, another thing, man. Guys, you can now comment on Spotify. So if you feel like you didn't like the episode, you feel like you want to chime in on a certain thing, leave a comment on Spotify and we'll try and read out next week. Also, guys, drop comments on the YouTube videos, please. People are watching YouTube videos and they come to message me, AK said that thing was funny, you know. No, write that on the comments so we can reply back on an episode. Do you want to be famous
And
or not?
subscribe as well. A lot of you are watching the videos and not subscribing. Like, you're enjoying the content, but we don't know if you're actually enjoying it.
Hit
if you're
the
not paying
bell.
attention.
Hit the
Do you know what I
bell
mean?
for updates as well.
Do you mind get your hair cut, yeah, and just leave right the bar putting powder on your head? Or spray in your hair? You might get a shake off.
I can't lie.
They're rushing the haircut.
I mean, I don't get the powder anymore. But.
Nah.
You don't get powder?
So I could like too
So you
rare.
leave it,
I'm
wait,
alright,
you
cuz.
might leave the barbershop with bare hair.
No, as in, you know there's certain man that want leave the powder.
No.
No.
I'm not even talk. I'm not talking about that.
Man like too rare, fam.
Oh, when they powder you, yeah, no, of course.
Of course.
Bro, any barber that posts a powder like this shit, bro, the shit barber, I can't lie. They're shit barber. Be my thing. Don't fuck
That's
with
for
me.
precision. Like,
I use
don't
water.
imagine.
Remember, I use water. We use water with the blade, bro. What the fuck, man?
No, yeah, the water, soap, and blade. Yeah, obviously you do the powder first, and then you do the blade
Nah,
thing.
you can't powder me. You do that?
Why can't they powder you?
Don't put powder in my head.
Why not?
That's long.
They're putting powder in your hairline.
Bro, what is your barber Jamaican or what?
Yeah.
He puts powder.
Yeah.
My barber don't put powder, bro.
Man's Nigerian.
You know, and he puts powder.
No, my barber don't put powder though.
He's
My
blade.
barber's Jamaican.
They use with the blade, he uses like water and soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he uses water and
So you
soap.
put,
Yeah.
or not soap, but he uses like the shaving cream.
No, mine don't
But
use
it's
that.
but it's like it's not like shaving foam, but it's like the cream. So you get and rub it on the
Yeah,
thing.
you can
innit?
do- you can do that
and
as
and
well.
it cuts. It makes it much
Yeah.
more sharp. Then he puts the thing, and after you try and do black dye. I'm like, bro.
No,
like,
black dye is a myth. My barbers don't.
Nah,
They
but
don't
my
have
black,
that.
my black dye does good black dye. I can't lie.
But if you shower, does it come off?
nah,
Oh, sir.
he keeps it.
Nah,
So
man.
what?
Just use rosemary oil, man. Look.
Do you mind
look
wash
at
it
my
after?
edges.
You
It's
mind
come back now.
wash after you get barber?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because certain barbers they wash your hair before you get barber. I used to get my hair washed.
How much are you paying for that? Like £40?
It was like 25, but this was in like
Where?
this was like in
Premium service.
which good place? This was in where Arsenal thing is. Finsbury, where you get your haircut? Finsbury Park.
Oh,
One Eritrean brother.
Oh, Eric.
You wash your hair.
Wait, Johnny's.
Nah, he's got like a Nipsey Hussle thing in
Oh, okay.
downstairs.
Say nothing. Say
He
nothing.
cuts like a lot of the Arsenal fans and that.
Oh,
Sounds
okay.
like they pampered you well. Did they give you face masks too?
Nah, I got face wash in Jamaica though.
Oh yeah.
That was the best haircut I got in my
Cucumber
life.
in your eyes.
bro, he put something on my eyes.
Hey, yo! Pause!
Wait.
It's too late. It's too late.
No, don't do that. No,
It's
it's
too late.
No, do you know what it is?
That's crazy.
He put like...
Yo!
Are you man at SPs, bro?
I saw the barber.
Okay, go. It's a full introduction now, formerly known as VHS Pappy. To my right, I've got...
It's your boy Sam Blacks, Mr. Controversial,
Underdone,
Viscera Top 5,
Dead or Alive, Big Man,
Mr. 150 million%, Mr. Hot Takes, Mr. Scoot Up,
Mr. I'm Brack.
Mr. I'm Brack. I'm Brack. Nicky Garcia's baby boy. You know what I mean? Immediately. I'm back, man. It's good to be back.
PRDR, man.
When I say guap, you say daddy. Guap.
Daddy.
Guap.
Daddy.
It's the strong star rating, leg drop hating, big back rubbing, Jericho loving, son of a gunja boy, Delboy, aka Knack Saber Jr.,
That name is funny, I can't
aka
lie.
Riz Jericho, aka John Strowman, aka the Cargill Maniac, aka Pro Got Tees, aka the Nostalgia Police, aka Puro Pappy, aka I'm not gonna lie, God forgive me if I bust my nine. And to the left, far left.
Knack Saber Jr. is fine, because you know what Zack Saber Jr. does in the ring?
What
We used to be getting Knack on that. Bare position, what the fuck you playing?
Double entendre.
Why do you grab your hands like that?
Because it's funny, innit?
This guy's such an uncle.
And also for sinking.
Okay, here.
What says my uncle? What the fuck? I got called an auntie and a fucking uncle today. What the
Wait,
fuck?
who's your auntie?
Look at the group chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Rip me out the plastic. I'm
Fuck off, man. We'll talk about our things. Go on, bro.
It's your boy Laps, the main event liver and
Champagne sipper.
back again on the Wrestling's podcast.
I can't. Actually, I was gonna flame you, but it's fine.
No, it's okay. You can't.
No. It's alright. I won't say anything.
The event misser!
What is that? What do you say?
The event misser!
Cocktail drinker. If it just.
The wrong kitchen drinker!
Hey, we might have to bleep that. I can't lie. We might have to bleep that.
That's fine.
How you keep it in?
You sure? Say no more. Comedy style.
Oh, shit. Yo,
Keep it in. Don't worry. Everything's tallying up right now.
I'm dead.
You ain't got shit on me, motherfucker. Go fire up.
yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, aka the Hood Japanese correspondent, aka the CEO, the president, the commissioner of the TDM Tokyo Dome Merchants, man. Yeah.
Lovely jubbly. Let's get on to the obviously we've got agendas and stuff. But before we do that, let's go to Money in the Bank. Did you man enjoy Money in the Bank?
Initially, I didn't. I was indifferent about it, but I watched it back, and it actually was a decent show. It 100% is the worst WWE show.
I won't say
they've
worst,
done.
I think it wasn't their best.
It could be the worst then. It's the
This
bottom.
year?
Worst sounds mad.
No, in the past year. It's like
Yeah.
the
Something
least
has to be the worst.
It's the least favourable show that they've done in the last year. And considering the run that WWE have been on, like, they haven't missed the pay-per-view this year till, I would say, Money in the Bank. But it's not necessarily bad. I feel like the highs were high, but other than that, a lot of the lows are really low. But I mean, I watched it back and I enjoyed it.
I feel it was very middle of the road. Overall, if you tally everything up in it, I felt like there were good moments. Do you know what? There were moments that hit and there were moments that didn't. The Money in the Bank men's match towards the end with LA Knight and Damien Priest, I enjoyed. The Bloodline match, I was having a conversation with Del and Chris, and Del like told me, just don't look at it the way you look at it. Look at it a different way. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I thought Gunther was a disappointment. We'll get to that. But I don't know. I feel like, obviously, there were a lot of our people that went to the show, and big up everyone who was in London for the show that enjoyed it in the arena. But I don't know. For me, I'm a bit iffy on it, because I don't know. Like, if I was at home watching it instead of with the Mandem, I don't know how I would have felt about certain moments. But then again, I recognise that sometimes I'm not the target audience, so I don't know.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
You had time to watch the full thing?
No. I watched it the next day when I was fucking.
I mean the full thing, yeah?
Yeah, the full thing.
Oh.
The E, yeah! Just for number one. Get me. Number two. Yeah, I found it okay, to be completely honest with you. It wasn't completely, oh my gosh, absolutely amazing.
No.
But it was okay. It was alright. You know? Cena returning, that was alright. You know? The Bloodline match, yeah, it was alright. Yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Overall, the men's match was Yeah, it was average. I'll call it an average pay-per-view. It wasn't, oh my fucking God, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there could have been a lot more improvements, I feel. But, yeah, overall, good pay-per-view. I can't really complain necessarily.
I hear that. I think it was a decent pay-per-view as well. It did have its high moments. I did enjoy the main event as well with the Bloodline. I was very satisfied with that outcome, as well as Money in the Bank too, even though LA Knight should have won, in my opinion. But, yeah, I think it was a decent pay-per-view. And Cena returning as well was a good moment.
Me personally, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. Obviously, there's a few parts in it where I'm like... Obviously, there's not even a few parts. I think the Gunther and Riddle match was a match that I was probably looking forward to the whole night. So I thought that was going to be like the match of the night. Turned out to not. It wasn't that. But other than that, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. John Cena comeback was amazing. That was good. That was a good sort of, you know...
Amazing.
Let me get to it. Amazing, but I feel like the segment went on for a tad bit too long. I mean, you kind of realise that when... obviously, at the stadium, it must have been different. A lot of people in awe. As you can see the videos that went around. Mm-hmm. But from watching it from where we were at the watch party, I'm sure people watching at home, it did feel like it was going on for a tad bit long. I'm so happy for Grayson Waller, though. He got a moment there. To get that moment, to get that recognition. And it wasn't a thing where he got buzzed by John Cena. Do you get what I mean? Because... And like people were tweeting this online. People were saying that Grayson Waller is what
Austin Theory should be.
And I 100% agree with that. Austin Theory should have came through, but then again, it was different because when he was Austin Theory was like he only came through. He was like pandemic.
But I will say, even though I'm not someone who's a fan of Austin Theory, I do think sometimes it is unfair to judge like one segment compared to like the years of material we've had of Austin Theory.
Can I get to
we
that,
don't know what exactly Grayson Waller will turn into. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think Grayson Waller is good.
We can assume, but like I feel like with Austin Theory, we can definitively say, okay, this hasn't been good because we have footage, we have a lot of data. With Grayson Waller, it's like he could be something good. He's showing something good right now, but it's like all we have is like on the main roster, all we have is a segment, and it's a good segment. But I feel like I don't know, it might be a bit unfair to be like, yo, he's what my man should have been. When it's like
we haven't actually seen.
What he can.
I mean, I don't think it's too unfair though, because Grayson Waller has come from the development that's catered for NXT 2 main roster, whereas Austin Theory has come from having maybe 3 or 4 different gimmicks from NXT to the main roster to now having 2-3 different gimmicks. So I get what you're saying, but in the same breath, I feel like Grayson Waller has been made to be this, so that way it will be a continuous thing as opposed to him now coming to the main roster and then automatically there might be some changes that way. Like this is the Grayson Waller we've been getting for the past year or two is the Grayson Waller we're going to continue getting because this is what they've built. So I get your point, but I do hear what people are saying. I feel like right off the bat, Austin Theory should have just been catapulted into a certain realm. But they were just confused in regards to, do we want him to be the cocky, brash heel? Do we want him to be the dumb heel that doesn't know whether he's coming or going? Do we want him to be the one that carries the mobile phone? Do we want him to be angry? Like, I feel like the plan with Austin Theory has just never been...
chasing an egg for half of the time.
Yeah, it's just never been set in stone of what we actually want from this guy. And the thing is, to his credit, he's been trying to do everything he can in it, but it's just not landing.
I feel like they should make him be him, bro. Like, they should just make Austin Theory be Austin Theory, because obviously... I remember when he was at Evolve and stuff, and even the stuff he was doing there was great.
Bro, he was killing it.
The stuff he was doing at Evolve was great. He was even Evolve champion at one point. So I think
he was Evolve and WWN champion. Like, he was double champion.
So even with that, I feel like with a lot of wrestling, we've seen what happened to... I'm not trying to compare anyone, but we've seen what happened to the likes of Roman. Roman wasn't himself for a while. Then, you know, eventually they've given him the time to be himself, and look where he is now. I feel like within time, you know, if they allow Austin Theory to be himself, we'll definitely see a different sort of, you know, Theory in it. So yeah, man. Even the music video, even the music as well. Really...
Do you believe there's potential in Austin Theory?
Of course, you see every week. You see Austin Theory's potential every week without fail. It's just like
I struggle to see that potential.
No, it's not even a struggle. You can see it. It's just I don't know what it is about Austin Theory. It's just
the character's just not hitting.
The character just
don't hit whatsoever.
You what? Look, Austin Theory in the ring, yeah. But forget what happened on SmackDown with the whole that new finisher he's got. Whatever. I don't know if it's a finisher.
No, it's
but it's great. After watching it live on TV, I understood the reason why he did that. If you watch Austin Theory for his actual wrestling, he's actually a good wrestler.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. But...
No, but people. I don't think people overlook that in it. But
it's because they don't like him.
Yeah,
they generally don't like him. So
that's what you're meant to. you're meant to obviously say that he's shit because you generally don't like him. I guess that's just part of it. But to cut all that aside, he's good in the ring. He's actually very good in the ring. Furthermore, to be fair.
So if people don't like him, doesn't that mean he should be a heel and kind of go down that Roman Reigns route?
No, it's different.
No,
It's different.
no,
It's different. It's a different hill.
Okay.
It's a different hill. Just do one for the card. It's a Roman Reigns hill is actually it feels like he's a heel. Austin Theory, I don't know if it's weird. It's a mix. Do you know what? Just take the title off him, man. Let him restart again, man.
Yeah, I just don't know who you are.
Again?
Yeah.
You're restarting the game.
I mean, he's young and how old is he?
He's very young, like 20s.
Yeah.
Let's go for this card. We'll see. But yeah, a few things like that. And I thought, I thought the show was good. The Roman and the Bloodline Civil War thing.
Such a corny title, man.
I hate.
We're gonna speak about that.
Corny,
We're
bro.
gonna speak about
Corny
that.
as
That's
hell, man.
corny.
Speak to that.
Yeah, go on.
But,
In fact, I forgot to pass off. There will be some video content,
yes,
essay content from me discussing the Bloodline.
probably be out.
It'll probably be out before this episode comes out. So yeah, I've been
I got a signal, man.
I got you. I got Wi-Fi.
Oh, share that, please.
Yeah. So
Wi-Fi the phone.
1 second. Money in the Bank 2023. Let's go. So first match was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. What do you guys think about that match?
I think it was a good match.
I'm happy. I'm so happy Damien Priest won. Do you know what it is? Damien Priest has been working for months. People don't see that. I think the thing of wrestling fans is this, and I can't lie. I can put my hand up. I like this sometimes. I'll be honest. We like things to happen right now. Yeah. Just because LA Knight is getting the love and the traction, it's like, yo, throw the belt on him. Hey, in fact, throw 3 belts on him. In fact, make him GM. Bro, just chill sometimes. Just see it through. Do you know what I mean? Damien Priest has worked his arse off so hard. And even now that Damien Priest has got the briefcase, this is another story we're going to be invested in. Judgment Day, Civil War.
Devil's advocate, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, devil's advocate, maybe the reason why, like, especially with WWE fans, is that they want the belt on him now is because we've kind of seen a lot of cases of people waiting too long. For example, like someone like a Dolph Ziggler, someone like...
But it's not only WWE per se, it's like AEW, for example, Eddie Kingston. Remember Eddie Kingston was popping at that time? For the time, Eddie Kingston.
But I do feel like, especially when it comes to like, at least we're talking about WWE in it, but like, I feel like there's cases, especially in most wrestling companies where there's people that have kind of missed their moment and there was a period of time where they were at their peak and they didn't capitalize on it. And maybe with LA Knight, especially due to his age and due to like how WWE, like, there's a lot of younger talent there. Maybe LA Knight won't have this moment in about again. But I'm not saying they should have thrown a moment on him now, but maybe that's the case of like, okay, like we see something good with this guy. Let's put the title on him. Not because he deserves it, but we might not get this again.
He hasn't even had a mid-card.
You know, with LA Knight,
he hasn't even had a mid-card.
It's
not now.
But how many wrestlers have we seen that have come into WWE and not won mid-card titles and gone straight for world title?
Of course, but what I mean is, I feel it.
LA Knight, he's a unique case, right?
He is a unique person.
Remember, he's older. He's one of the oldest on the roster.
He's not that old.
He's not old like old man.
Damien Priest is older than him.
I think what we have to understand in wrestling, 40s does not mean you're old. It's
no,
football.
That's why I said
when you're 40, you're in your prime.
Older.
You know the business. You know the business.
I said he's older, not old like he's an old man.
Let's be honest,
he's older,
bro. So. LA Knight just got over recently.
Yeah, 100%.
So throwing the title on him doesn't make. And even if you throw it for giving him Money in the Bank briefcase, what happens next? What is next?
You know what?
Like LA Knight's character can work on Money in the Bank.
I know, but okay, cool. What's Money? So
I read an article. They were saying that they were gonna make LA Knight a manager because he's older.
He was a manager.
They were gonna keep him as a manager. They weren't gonna take him out until Triple H had to step in and say that this person's got talent. We need him as an active superstar. So imagine if Vince McMahon just stayed in charge. We won't be seeing LA Knight.
Just give him time.
Yeah, he's got.
Give him time, Joe. Give him time because
as long as Triple H stays in charge.
Yeah, because I feel there's still more to LA Knight that we need to see.
There's a lot.
There's so much. to just throw the belt on him is absolutely ridiculous.
But then automatically winning Money in the Bank doesn't automatically mean you're going to get a title.
No.
It just means that you're just going to be in and around the picture.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's a bad that he didn't win. Like for me, it was always between him and Damien Priest. Damien Priest definitely deserves it, and with the story that's going forward with the whole Judgment Day stuff, it 100% makes sense. Yeah. But at the same time, we've seen cases of people becoming so over to the point when you don't capitalize on it, it fucks up. We saw it with Rusev. Rusev was one of the most over people on Vince didn't want to push him, and then look what happened. It drove him to leave the company.
Yeah. Look at Shinsuke as well.
So it's not even it's a lot of us that are saying that like hammer down on this the overness of LA Knight isn't necessarily because we want him to have everything now. It's more so a thing of like we've seen this before. We've seen people become this over and nothing come from it.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of like, if the iron is hot, strike. That's literally it.
You have to capitalize.
It doesn't necessarily mean that, if you, as soon as he goes for the belt, he wins it. It's just more so like making sure that you're having contenders around to be around the belt. LA Knight should be there.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that, but it's like, within that match, if you're gonna give the briefcase to anyone in that match, it is Damien Priest.
Or LA Knight.
Or LA Knight.
But one or the other.
The best decision they done was Damien Priest, and I see a lot of people upset about that. And I was like, it's not. So my argument was that it's not everyone that is over that has to go straight for it. Okay, cool. If there's opportunity for that, and you go straight for it. For example, like a battle royal, and he wins, and that's a title shot to like Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight Championship. Fine, but Money in the Bank, where you've got a man like Damien Priest who's been putting in a shift for time, and that can easily create a story within the situation he's in. Give him a title.
And he can talk.
Even now, I don't even mind seeing from this Money in the Bank thing. I don't even mind seeing at SummerSlam LA Knight versus Logan Paul.
We're not getting that though. We're getting Logan Paul versus Ricochet. That's always been the story from Royal Rumble. That's been the story.
Yeah, and I feel like LA Knight as well. I want LA Knight, like I said, even if he doesn't win the title, mingle with some top guys. Like be in the picture. Like mingle with some surround him with people that are gonna like. For example, I know people aren't high on Cena right now, but I feel like a Cena LA Knight feud would have been much better than giving Cena to Theory. Because I feel character wise there's stuff to do there.
Apparently, as per social media, they're saying that how they're looking to do something with LA Knight and Stone Cold at next WrestleMania, which I think is great for him. That is great for him. But I don't know. We don't know, guys. I don't know if it's going to be a match or not.
The thing is, those segments are built for Raw and SmackDown. You know when LA Knight's just chilling and Kathy Kennedy's just talking, and then you just see him walking and you're for segments like that.
That's fine.
Give me a hell yeah, like stuff like that is.
But that's not a long-term program.
Come on, man. I want to see that, man.
Backstage, what if you get that segment?
If that's a backstage segment, but
that's
come on, nobody says, I'm going to go through training, I'm going to go through OVW, I'm going to go to NXT, I'm going to get released, I'm going to go to TNA, I'm going to go to NWA, then come back to WWE, just have a segment with Stone Cold.
And the thing is as well, there's actual talent who are currently over that you can utilise. The thing is about, I understand Stone Cold's Stone Cold, and obviously using talent of yesteryear is a good moment. But at the same time, you have a roster of people that still need that are either over or on the precipice of being over. Use them with LA Knight. And Cena's somebody, he's a part-timer, but he's in and out. He's at least still a name in the company of recent memory that, cool, we can have a feud with him and progress from there. But after Cena, I don't want to see LA Knight just go through part-time. No, like, feud with people who are there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like using these legends, they're legends, but it's not gonna do anything for you long term. What's gonna do stuff for you long term is feuding with the people around you. The reason why the bloodline is over is because these are all stars that are creating stories week in, week out. Judgment Day, they're creating stories week in, week out for months. This Stone Cold thing will last like what? Maybe a build to WrestleMania, then Stone Cold's gonna fuck off to his ranch because he's an old man.
It's just a feel-good moment.
Yeah, bro. It's not tangible. It's not long term.
And the reason people like the Kevin Owens and the Sami Zayns can be in programs like that is because they've already got a long CV of having great feuds, winning titles, having great matches. They're at a point in their career now where they can pick and choose whether they even want to stay in this company and do the part-time stuff with all the jackasses and all of these, as opposed to like an LA Knight that's still building himself. Like, don't get me wrong, a segment with Stone Cold will do wonders for him. A segment with The Rock will do wonders. Even someone like Hulk Hogan, it will do wonders for him. But in terms of his long-term career, are we now going to look back and think like, yeah, the reason I loved LA Knight is because he had that one segment backstage. Do you know what I mean? He needs like have even stuff like the Bray Wyatt stuff. I'm so happy he's been able to move past that. Yeah. Because the Bray Wyatt stuff was bullshit. 100%. He needs to be tussling with the likes of the Cody Rhodes, the Seths, the Gunthers, like people that are tangible people that week in, week out are having matches. They'll be here for the next few years. These are people that they can revisit feuds with. Yeah. You're not going to revisit a feud with Stone Cold.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It reminds me of like CM Punk here when CM Punk was getting over. Obviously, he had that segment with Stone Cold, but what kept CM Punk in the picture was obviously the John Cena stuff, the Rock stuff. But Rock was like very much in the company back then, but it was feuding with current people that elevated him. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like the people that are gonna be that will elevate you are the people that you work with every day.
100%.
And to be real, I love LA Knight, but I don't think he's even in any position to be put amongst the likes of a Stone Cold or The Rock or Hulk Hogan. You spoke about CM Punk. CM Punk got to a point where people were able to idolize these dream matches. Yeah. Like, imagine, like, they're talking about promos, they're talking about matches. LA Knight's not there yet.
World champion at that point.
Punk was already a world champion before.
Do you know what I mean?
With long hair anyway.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, would it be nice to see a segment with them too? Of course, I'll love it. But at the same time, I'd rather LA Knight get to a point where it's like, I could look at him like he's a former this champion, a former that champion. He had a sick feud with this person. Then I could be like, you know what?
He's ready.
Based on the feuds he's had, I can imagine him versus Stone Cold, you know? I know the promos would be sick. I can't base that off one stupid segment he's had with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
The lights out match. Man was in the closet. Couldn't even see shit.
Mountain Dew, bruv.
Yeah, no.
Man was fighting in the dark.
Basically.
Nepa took light. And what was it? Come on, man.
So, like,
Nepa took light.
since we're still on LA Knight, yeah.
So about Kevin Nash thing.
Kevin Nash, yeah. What do you think of the Kevin Nash comments?
Kevin Nash, I love Kevin Nash, but he's doing too much, I'll be real. Because when one of your close friends was copying superstar Billy Graham, you didn't want to now come and say he's cosplaying.
But here's the thing I think about these veterans, yeah, and these curmudgeons, yeah. Like, here's the thing, like, a lot of the time when veterans talk about younger guys, the same thing you're using to point, like what Dale said, you're using to point these younger talent, can be pointed at your mates. And the thing is, it's like a lot of the guys, and this is why I always take like veteran advice with a grain of salt. Of course, like if a veteran says something that I agree with, I'll take credence to it. But the thing is, it's like, for me, you kind of have no jurisdiction on what the product is today. You can give your opinion on it, but at the end of the day, the product we have today is not the same product we have before. There are different things that get over now. And if my man's paying homage to people that worked, that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, LA Knight is still LA Knight. Yeah, he's channeling other people. So what? Are we going to now say, because this... Do you know how many wrestlers of this generation wrestle like Shawn Michaels? Are they ripping off Shawn Michaels? No. They're taking things that work and making it their own. That's evolution of the game. I don't get where these mans complain. Sometimes when I read like the commentary, it just sounds like not necessarily bitterness, but it's like you're just talking for the sake of talking. Literally. Because at the end of the day...
The good old days.
The good... Fam, half of...
And the thing is, the business now is due to their greatness and due to their negligence or stupidity also. So you like praise the good as well as point fingers at the bad. It doesn't make any sense.
The thing is, I'm a nostalgia puppet, but the thing like...
So you're a puppet, as in someone can put their hand up you and you'll make noise.
Pause that, man.
Hey you, I see you enjoying the podcast. I see you enjoying the content. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, carry on. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. No, I'm just asking.
He said
no, but he said he's a puppet.
That's the enema.
But what do you do with puppet?
No, you can put your finger up you.
Yeah,
puppets are like this, bro.
No, just hand puppets.
This hand you need to have puppets.
No, but it's but okay, you got one man. You okay?
Puppets like this.
Okay, catch him. Puppets are like this, bro.
They are different.
Different types of puppets.
Punch Judy, bro.
No, you're going to skunk back. That's what your problem is.
Hey, you been cash.
I didn't get cash.
I saw the vision. I saw the vision.
Punch and Judy. I said punch and Judy.
Hey, me, I'm not involved. I need to get you back.
What's it? Punch and Judy, fam.
You know what?
Is that not popping?
You know what? I'm the nostalgia guy, but I feel.
Wait, why did you say poppy? Go on. Go back to your.
Because obviously, I don't know why I even said it. You know, I'm not too much. I'm a piano. Anyway, you see what it is, yeah. You see what it is. No, honestly, like I've always been a nostalgia guy, and I kind of understand these old heads.
The mic is said. The mic is.
Sorry, I know because you know what? I'm so used.
Portugal, don't mind.
You know what it is? Because I have to. Sorry, man. Anyway, things.
Sample, you know, for fuck you mean.
No, real talk, epic.
Shama Josie.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we'll talk after.
Crazy, fam.
That was the anthem still, but
It was a banger.
I just get. My God.
Go on.
Pick up, you know. But no, I'm usually the nostalgia guy, but I feel nowadays these old heads need to give it a fucking rest. It's true.
They do.
Because for me, it's like respect what the new guys are doing. They're trying, man. It's okay. Like, just let it go. Like, just let it go now. Let the new ones come through. Stop always fucking criticizing them all the time. Because I bet you, when the old heads back then were probably criticizing you.
100%.
It's just a vicious circle.
So fucking hell, mate. Take a breather.
Yeah, man. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. What do you guys think?
Stand.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Stand.
I think that was good.
I ran at Amigos, you know. I was at Amigos ordering food when it happened. I remember. I think I told you, I was like, "Oh, can I be food?" He's like, "Yeah." So I went Amigos, and after I was like, "Do you know, let me check what's happening." As soon as I check's happening, yeah, I see Ronda Rousey getting thing in a headlock. I said, "Wait, what's going on there?" I said, "This is not the match." And after I see Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez, shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, "Rob, I like the Margin Bing thing on the head though, but it was cool."
But
yeah,
what was her justification for it on Raw? Did she justify it?
I didn't see Raw. So
I think it's more of a case. Like I said to you, I think it's more of a case of like Ronda hasn't had good competition in the WWE, and I feel like it's just Ronda is a. I mean, Shayna is her best. Will be her best opponent. So what other way would you do it when doing this? I'm sure there was something within the match where she got pissed off and she flipped out, but I haven't actually watched the full thing.
there wasn't.
There wasn't. It was fucking random. It was random. It was random.
I think that's what made that. I think that's what made the moment good.
That's what good.
In fact, they dominated.
Yeah, they were dominating the match. I think that's what made it good. The fact that we didn't see it coming, but I haven't seen Raw, so I don't know the actual justification of why she.
Yeah, because for me, I was like, I watched. I was like, that's shocking. I need to know why. Just for continuity, innit? I just need to know why.
I think. Did she mention it on Raw Talk? I can't even remember. But I can't remember.
Because obviously, just like with anything, you just want to know why something happens. There has to be like a reason. You can't just be like, I'm telling you just because the wind blew. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because at Loading Bar, I thought I missed something.
Yeah.
But then when I watched it back, I was like, oh, I actually didn't miss anything. It's literally, she just done it.
Yeah. So for
Yeah,
me,
I was
it's
stunned.
just
I was stunned.
like for me, I put it on as like great moment, but question mark. Let's see like why.
Yeah, I mean, she spoke on Raw, so I actually don't know.
Yeah, like I haven't watched Raw, but that's how I'm sure there's a justification in it. I just want to know why.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Women's Money in the Bank.
Great finish.
Yeah, finish was
Great finish.
What did you say? What did you say, Loading Board? That was a Abyss type finish.
Yeah.
Abyss.
Abyss
does
probably
that
produced
mean?
that match.
Abyss probably
innit?
booked it, innit?
Yeah.
That's Abyss type.
Yeah, great finish.
I obviously.
Zoe Starks was the bumps this woman was taking. I can't lie
Let me
to
tell you something about Zoe Stark here.
She has to be in the next 5 months.
Once she leaves Trish Stratus,
I watched
does
she
a
change her
singles
finisher
thing,
as
yeah.
well.
Does a singles thing, yeah. Bro, she is going to fly in this company. She's an amazing wrestler. And she can talk as well.
Yeah.
Bro, she's going to do bits, fam.
I don't like her finisher.
What's the finisher again?
The K630.
Isn't it
She
like a-
spins them around and does the knee.
Isn't that, yeah, I think that's cold.
No, I don't
I like it.
I don't know. I feel like Stevie Richards changed my mind on it.
What do you
Not everyone can take that move, so it's gonna look disgusting. She's better off doing something else. She has a great super kick though.
Oh yeah, Super Kick's cold, man.
Kick's dope.
Super Kick's cold, man. But yeah, her pairing up with Trish Stratus is a very good pairing, man. These lot can do bits, man. But I'm waiting for the time where she rebels and she says fuck Trish Stratus and she does her own thing, man. So
That's what I initially thought this pay-per-view was gonna be about.
I already knew that she was gonna try and protect her as much.
But big up Io Shirai, fam.
Iyomide Shirai killed it.
So I could keep calling her Shirai Sky now, innit? But
Iyomide Sky.
I like Shirai, man. Sorry, man.
I thought the match was good in terms of like, you know, the action and the spots in the match. But when I was watching that Loading Bar, I was like, oh, this is bare messy, bruv. And I feel like stuff like Lodenbar kind of like glazed my eyes because I'm like, we're working in it. So we're going around. What's funny? It's true though. It's true though. I'm going around. I'm not really seeing bits.
No, I can't lie.
So when
I wasn't really concentrating.
yeah, I wasn't concentrating. I'm going around. I'm
talking
talking to people after. I'm going around checking people are alright. I'm drinking. I'm like I had a shot and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not really watching it properly. It's only when I've gone home now and I've watched it back and I've chilled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. This match was actually cool. You know, it's a Money in the Bank match, isn't it? It's what they gave us.
Yeah.
So, messy in that.
Gunther and Matt Riddle.
Disappoints, man.
I expected a lot better. And the finish was pretty stunned. I was stunned.
But
to be fair.
but
it makes sense.
But our guy Drew came out. Great pop.
Two different things. I want to separate. I want to talk about the
match itself. I can't lie.
I don't know the match.
I think what failed for this match was that there was no like. I feel like there needed to be like a sprint of a sequence at the end.
Yes.
The desperation from Gunther.
Both sides, like just reversals, like an actual nice sequence to now get to the point of Gunther now slapping off because like Gunther has so many different finishes, but when you have so many different finishes and you're finishing with a move that people aren't really too familiar with you using, it gets lost on people that this is how the finish of the match is. Like fair enough, you're working on the foot, but there needed to be some sort of like desperation from Matt Riddle to now get to this point where it's like, okay, cool. If you're now just coming to smack the bottom of someone's foot and you're like, I'm so sorry. Man.
How long was the match as well?
But
I think it might have been less than 20 minutes.
The problem is if when you do the thing is finishes like that work here when you when you worked over the body part for a significant period of time.
Though. He came in hurt.
Nah, but the finish still fell flat, bro. The finish was flat.
I get that, but then again, with the whole slapping of the leg, that's one thing I'm not even I'm talking about the actual match, what the contents of the match itself. Yeah. It didn't really give what I was expecting, innit? No. So with the leg thing, it makes sense because he's hurt his leg, innit? He's injured, so he's got the thing wrapped around his leg. So him hitting it, he's a bad pain. Then he ties it up.
I also think that the crowd not really reacting to the match also added to why the match.
I mean, the crowd reacted fair enough,
I don't think they reacted well enough. So I don't think. Like I feel like
compared to Mania, obviously that Mania's triple threat that's different.
No, but the thing is, even as a singles match, like if you've seen these men wrestle before, you know these men can do well.
I was gonna touch on that. Obviously, like we've seen a lot of like rematches from, but I feel like because a lot of people, even when we previewed the match last week on Wrestlings, were talking about this match we've seen it elsewhere. It must be we expect a certain level. Do you think certain matches are hampered by our expectations of what they've done previously? Another example I can use, obviously, AJ Nakamura, right? We went into that match thinking we've seen what they've previously done elsewhere. They must translate it here. Do you feel like that's a problem with a lot of like indie rematches or outside WWE rematches where they'll do something over there and now because we're conditioned to what they've done over there, we now put that expectation here when WWE... the translation might not be the same. Obviously, we've seen stuff like even Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Their first couple matches at NXT didn't really. It was their match.
I feel like their main roster matches have been way better than their NXT matches.
For sure. But I feel like that's because of like they've had time to modify their style to the new audience,
100%.
innit? But yeah, I just feel like
I definitely think that is a case in point that a lot of people, a lot of fans have this expectation of like, rah. AJ Styles Nakamura, their Wrestle Kingdom match was amazing. So WrestleMania, this is the grandest stage of them all. It has to be that. But I mean, it's a couple of years later. They're both at a point where their schedule has made them wrestle a bit more lazier. We're not necessarily going to get that, and we've seen it. We even saw it with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly in NXT.
Yeah,
their match was pants.
Yeah, that match was terrible.
That match was so bad. I don't know. Like it's I feel like maybe we have to kind of like look at it at a WWE lens and not necessarily hope that, okay, cool, because they've had this banger before. But then again, I don't know, it's a bit different now because obviously because Triple H is in the reigns now, you'd expect someone like a Gunther and a Matt Riddle who've been killing it the past year. Yeah. Like they've been having
and Gunther's pretty much been himself.
And Matt Riddle the past year, he's been killing it. Do you know what I mean? So you'd expect for them to now, I don't know, I think it's just London. I just feel like they came back to London and thought,
but I feel like a London crowd would have been receptive to that match.
But not everyone in London watched Progress like that.
No, not for Progress, but just the London crowd. We're a rabid audience.
But then again, another thing as well, I'm going to mention that in that stadium, obviously big up to the fans that watch wrestling currently. I've seen a lot of snaps. A lot of people that were in that stadium didn't really know Who Wunther? Who wasn't Wunther? Actually, who Gunther?
That sounds like Ooga Booga.
who? That's racist. I can't.
Wunther's racist.
Ooga Booga is racist. I can't lie.
Wunther's racist.
No. When I say Ooga Booga, that is racist.
Hey, Wunther's racist.
No, Ooga Booga is no. Within context, no, when you said the tweet, bro, that is racist. Most racist thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, Riddle and Gunther, a lot of people were in there were like, not even, I can say casual fans.
Yeah,
they didn't even know the style like that. A lot of people were more looking for like the big names, like obviously the John Cena's and the Brock. For some thought Brock was coming out.
But that's on them. Like, this isn't 2010 or 2000.
No, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. I'm just saying in general, a lot of the people in there just wanted to pay to come and watch wrestling. So they didn't really I don't think they probably understood what was happening.
No, but then I can't make that excuse for them because, bro, we do hustle. 90% of the fans aren't wrestling fans. And
if a match hits, a match hits, bro.
Don't clip.
If a match hits, it hits,
bro.
You know what I mean?
It hits regardless of who's there.
I'm just trying to excuse the thing, innit?
Nah, like the match is bad, bro. It just is what it is.
Do you know what I mean? Okay, Drew came back.
Yeah, Joe was nice.
McIntyre's
Great reception for him.
That was good.
Well, no, I expected him to go for the Intercontinental, you know?
We expected Seth.
Yeah.
No, but
It's okay. It's okay.
But it shows how important Gunther has made the Intercontinental Championship.
I ask this then. Does this now mean that Gunther's Mount Rushmore for IC champion?
No. Actually, I can't really tell because I'm
But
not
it's
really,
all said and
I'm
done.
not really well versed in the actual
Potentially, I think
champions that's been
After one reign, you think?
No. In terms of like, if we talk about like individual title reigns, like if we talk about if we're doing that
Mount Rushmore. Jericho, The Miz, Razor Ramon.
So
Razor.
So wait, Del, is your Mount Rushmore
Would I say
based on like,
Savage?
okay,
Would I say
not
Savage?
only just the reigns
Maybe
they've had, but like
Savage.
who
I might put
defines the
Savage in
title
Mount
as a whole?
Yeah.
Okay, my thing is, I'm maybe saying this is a Mount Rushmore IC title reign. So like, he's not like, there might have been multiple people who have won multiple champions in him, but for me, somebody who's like in a single reign, like changed like the perception of a title. That's what puts like Gunther for me up there. But if you talk about people,
I'll say he has a definitive reign. But would I say is he someone I'm gonna look at in a few years' time and think like, is he gonna be like the first name that pops up in my head when it comes to IC
probably
champion?
not. He probably needs to win a bit more.
And this is
Probably
my
needs to win
argument.
a
This is
bit
my
more.
argument in
Probably needs to win a
Discord.
bit
I
more.
said that the reason why I don't think I'm gonna be able to put Gunther in a Mount Rushmore IC because I think this might be his only reign. I feel like he's gonna.
Okay.
I think he's gonna get
That
launched
makes
back
sense.
straight to the
yeah,
world title.
That makes sense
And
then.
people in the GC said that. Yeah, but like for the IC title, you need to account for the people that went on to win WWE title. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense because Razor Ramon for me is Mount Rushmore IC, and he never won the world title.
Yeah. Because I know I agree with your argument there. I think just for me, when we were having the conversation in the Discord, for me, the reason why I was so adamant about putting Gunther in, because like I said, I feel like in terms of like when I compare individual title runs, there's not many runs I can say that are better than this. But if you talk about in the totality of somebody's career,
That was more so my argument. My argument was more so totality.
what fair.
In terms of
Fair.
individual reigns, I'll put my hands up. Gunther and things I'm a fan. So for me, he's 100% up there. I will never argue against that.
That's fair.
In terms of totality, when we're now looking at, because when I think of Mount Rushmore, it's necessarily like the people that have paved the way.
Okay.
The people that when you look at this belt, you're gonna automatically think, yeah, these are these people.
Fair.
And right now, Gunther's not there because he's only on his first reign.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about definitive reigns, like era-changing reigns, Gunther 100% will be there.
That's fair. I think
Because
that's
this reign, and I said it before, like I feel like every few years there's always that one person that's able to kind of like change the guard of what the IC title was meant to be doing in regards to maybe making it the most must-see, making it the workhorse belt, making it the belt where the best matches are on. And right now, Gunther is having his reign where the best matches are coming from the IC.
him, yeah, for sure.
So that,
He's put so much attention on that belt to where, for example, like someone like Drew can come back for the IC title and be like, it's not a demotion.
Yeah.
It's not a demotion. Like
And this is why, and I feel like I say this all the time. This is why, for me, in like when we talk about the 2010s, I talk about Jay Lethal's television title run. For me, he made that television title feel just as important as the world title.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have a belt like that where it becomes so must see, you can't deny the person. And Gunther's at that point where Roman Reigns is not wrestling. but Gunther's on the card, so I don't care.
Yeah.
At some point, don't get me wrong, we're gonna have to have a conversation about old Roman.
Oh, we will.
We need to have a conversation.
We will.
But for now,
old
Roman.
old Roman, like why he's not defending his belt.
And it's not good.
And it's not good.
It's not good.
But
It's not
for
good.
now,
Okay,
for
we can-
now,
we can
for
do that
now,
conversation
For
one
now,
day.
I'm
But go on.
satisfied
Go on.
because Gunther he's world beater.
Yeah.
He's world beater. His catalogue of matches the past year has been
Tremendous.
insane.
Unbelievable.
Tremendous.
Insane.
Unbelievable.
Am I fair to say that I'm gonna probably get cooked for this year, but am I fair to say that I'm I've gone past caring about the WWE Championship. It's bad. It's bad, but I've gone past caring. And I
I
feel
mean,
like,
you wouldn't be the first.
but I feel like the Bloodline story is more important to me now.
Yeah.
But the problem that's where my head's at. I'm not really there unless someone else grabbed the title. But even if someone else grabbed the title now, I don't think I should
Bro,
probably
the
watch.
So then that's the problem.
That's the
title-
This
problem.
is the
That's not
problem.
good
It's
because
taking a back
Roman should have lost the belt. There.
exactly. You should have lost the belt.
I've been saying it, bro. Like I'm not happy that Roman is still champion. But here we are.
Because
We're
it's
enjoying this Bloodline
self-serving.
story. And it is what
It's
it is.
self-serving because at the end of the day, if we look at it in kayfabe, the championship should always be the grandest prize in wrestling,
100%.
and everybody should be competing for that prize. If that prize now is on the shelf, why? Think about it logically. Yeah, why is the biggest prize in the company being shelved for Family Feud drama? It don't make sense. You think about it logically. If you think about it as a sport, yeah, like. There are Mandem on the roster who probably have dreams of being WWE champion. Even in kayfabe, have dreams of being WWE champion. But I can't compete for the title because you can't pattern your family. It don't make sense, bro.
But then
No,
again-
it don't make sense, bro.
No, I'm gonna explain the reason why he's keeping the title. We know the reason why they're making him hold the title for so long. They want him to beat a certain record. Cool, calm. We're past that now. Cody Rhodes will win the championship eventually. Roman Reigns is gonna probably go back into a hole again, come back out again. Done. As for now, where my head is at is within this bloodline thing.
That
And
don't
I've
mean
gone
he
back-
still can't do his job.
I know he can't, bro. I know he can't do his job, but it's like for now, I'm not really fast if he's gonna defend it or not at this current stage. If he does, then he does. But for now, there's the bloodline thing is there, and it's bad that it's just happened to me because obviously what they've done with Roman and that. But yeah, man,
It's bad because now they're devaluing the WWE title.
I don't think they're devaluing it. I think
it's in
for
the
me
back,
personally,
it's in the back seat. It's
my
catching
personal-
dust.
I don't think they're devaluing it. Devaluing is like
Catching dust, bro.
I think it's more of a case of me not caring about it as much until that one person wins,
This new,
and that's Cody Rhodes.
this new.
But that's because he's not
undisputed belt has
defending
not
it
been
either.
defended.
He's not defending it.
Since they bought this new
do
belt,
you make-
no one's
but
challenged for it.
Within this whole bloodline story, how are you gonna? Who would you make in defending
Bro,
against?
it's at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, and that's the thing. That's why booking a champion is difficult because you have to balance. It's the job to balance, interpersonal stories with the world title reign. But the thing is, as a world champion, the reason what does being world champion mean? It means you're the best person in the company,
He
right?
is, though.
No. But in terms of like even like climbing the mountain, like logically, like you've beaten all of these people to
But he
get
has,
here.
though.
Wait, let me land.
Okay,
You've beaten all these people to get here. But then what do they always say in wrestling? Staying champion is the hardest thing because he up until Mania, he was still defending his title regularly. With this bloodline thing's been happening, he's still been defending against Brock. He was defending against Roman. So let's not. That's why I'm not trying to hear the argument. But the bloodline thing's been happening for 3
No, but
years.
that's different though. But the bloodline thing now is more personal because he's beefing people
but
in
it
his
don't need
camp.
No, which is completely fine, but at the same time, like NK said, this should have been an interpersonal thing. We should have been seeing the fall off of the bloodline as he's still defending the title.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense because at some point, cool, you're feuding with your family, but for you, you're like, I've got bigger fish to fry. But as time goes on, the kingdom is falling down.
Yeah.
Jimmy's now leaving. Whilst you're
Matches
at
are
a point where
getting
you're defending
harder
the
to
title.
win.
At one point, Jay's gone. Maybe, and then now you're now just relying on Solo. Then maybe at one point okay, cool, we're gonna have this tag team match. If we win, if I win, whatever, cool. But then at some point, the fall of this story has to be that the Usos and Solo are causing Roman to lose the belt. Like at this point, I'm at a point where now, like, whoever beats Roman doesn't have to win clean. They shouldn't win clean.
I said this.
That needs to be the end of the story.
I've been saying this. That's why I said Jay should win it.
No.
No. We're not. No.
That's not even my point.
That's not his point.
That's not my
I
point.
know, but I'm saying in
Why
terms
did you try to slide that in?
No, but it's true though.
No.
If someone's gonna win it dirty, it should be Jay then.
No.
So wait, it's Cody gonna win it. It's Cody gonna win it dirty.
They owe him.
That's the problem. You see, the whole story, like I said, it's the fall of an empire. It's, for example, because of this family drama, it should be affecting his title reign. Like, it's getting harder for me to win matches because I don't have the support system that's been carrying me this whole time. The whole Roman title reign thing has been the bloodline carrying him. So we should see the bloodline affect the title, but we're not seeing that. We're just seeing the bloodline thing in isolation. The whole thing, the reason why he's tribal chief, the reason why he can call himself that is because he has that. The things should be interlinked, not separate. And the things, the whole time it's been interlinked. That's why I'm not fucking with him not defending the title. And I think it's lazy. And I feel like we shouldn't just look past it because we're like, I'm enjoying the bloodline. No, he's champion. That's his job.
Okay, can I ask you a question then? Okay, after Cody, obviously, last main defender's title was when?
WrestleMania.
2 months ago. 2 months ago, right?
2 months. When June?
Like what? 3 months ago.
We're in July.
Actually, when was WrestleMania? April.
April, May,
2 months ago,
June, July.
2 months ago. Who else would you made? Who else? Okay.
There's no one.
There's no one.
But the thing is, it's not about being no one. Do we not always complain that WWE are not building stars? Are you telling me there's nobody there that we can just put in front of the plate?
WWE are currently building stars with this new Seth thing. But
we're not saying
we can't just rely on Seth though.
Okay, I know we can't. But I'm saying
my man's gonna be fighting his cousins for a year, and then at one point it's like, okay, cool, we're now building stars over this side. But then man, I'm still not ready.
We're not building stars to pin Roman. We're building stars to lose. Any dickhead can go and get pinned by Roman, bro.
Okay, cool. Who would you make Roman face then? Month after month until SummerSlam.
Not to be deep. Karrion Kross.
Oh, fuck off.
Feed
him.
Oh, fuck
They
off.
did to be fair.
There's a story there. There's a story there. There's a story there. What are we talking about? There's a story there.
Honestly,
is there not a story there?
Since
no, hear me out. No, fuck him. Hear me out. Is there not a story there?
Yeah, there is.
There's a story there to be told.
Yes.
So why would we not do it?
It's very random.
That's what title was.
No. This one is too random.
Finn Balor was random. Nakamura was random. Xavier Woods, random. Bergie's man, random.
Has been so shit.
We're not asking him to beat Roman.
Man's not asking him to fucking wrestle like Masawa. Man's not asking him to wrestle like fucking John. Man's not asking him to wrestle like Will Ospreay.
I'm sorry.
Just go there, wrestle for 20 minutes.
I'm sorry. I love you too, but how dare you? How dare you think Karrion Kross can go and challenge Roman Reigns for the run that he's had?
He competed against Roman Reigns. What are we talking about?
He should lose in 5 seconds. He should lose in 5 seconds.
Don't do that. I'm taking the piss.
I'm not gassing. What the fuck has Karrion Kross done?
On the real, I can't lie. Roman versus Karrion Kross for right now, as in after Mania, as in his next person. No.
Why?
No.
They need to give him someone.
Why?
They need to give him someone.
They need to give him
someone.
Can I say something?
Don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm no longer. I don't even think I'm a Karrion Kross fan anymore. I'll be real.
He's food.
He's food to me.
I was saying Karrion Kross was food. Amanda will cook.
He's food to me now.
He's food to be.
But at the same time, he did feed against Roman.
Feed him to the wall.
He did feed against. There's a story there.
Feed him.
100% get that. But for now, that train is gone. It's gone.
Of course, it's gone now. But I'm saying at WrestleMania, he could have easily after WrestleMania. Something could have easily been done.
Here's the thing.
Bro, we say this every fucking year. WrestleMania is when new things start. It's a new season. It's like SmackDown, shut your mouth.
You've been saying all this time, we're in a new era. We're in a new thing.
Did we get that?
After Mania, how many defenses have we got after Mania?
I'm not talking about defenses. Didn't we get that?
But that's what we're talking about.
That's the conversation.
Bro, I can't lie.
That's the conversation.
For me
You're getting hit
personally,
with bare questions. I can't.
I am. For me personally, yeah.
It's for him as well.
I personally
Roman
think
was
that.
off TV for time.
I personally
he
think
was.
that, bro, Roman doesn't need to, as in for now, because we're investing in the story so much.
But that's what we're at now, not where we were at Mania.
That's what we're at now.
That's where we're at now.
That's what the problem is. The problem is, yeah. I think that's a cop out because the problem is, yeah. What got us to this dot? It's what got us to this. It's not like we're making stuff out of nowhere. It's like if the whole title reign was Roman avoiding his responsibility as a champion, we wouldn't have a leg to stand on. He's been defending his title this whole time, and now this is the outlier to the norm that has been Roman defending his title.
So you put.
No.
Against Roman.
No.
I can't believe it.
I see. I can't lie. Roman can easily come out of his Escalade, be talking smug with Paul Heyman, and next thing you know, he walks into a fucking sand, whatever they're called. English is not our first language.
But even think about it.
I hear it. WWE does all the time. At any point was Cesaro ever a WWE World Title contender? No. Let's be fucking real. Let's be for real. Cesaro was never that. But they made it happen. They put us. Man's not asking for a 5-star match. Man's just asking that there are people that you could have put in place.
Okay, cool.
And to make the story make sense. This is not even about the contenders. This is about moving the story along.
Yes, the story's moving along. Not him as champion.
It's him as champion.
Not him as champion.
Taking a back seat.
I would rather. And then call the championship and then tell me something prestigious when you say fuck the championship. We call it prestigious.
I would rather make Sheamus. I would rather make Sheamus a contender more than Karrion Kross.
Sheamus also like. Wait. Forget their names. You're telling me more names now. So you're telling me there's people there that we could have put in place till now.
That's no point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's been 2 pay-per-views that a Roman has missed and not defending his title on. So you're telling me maybe one. Forget Karrion Kross at this point. You're telling me a Sheamus. You're telling me a contender. Gunther could even say, you know what? I think like this actually got so nothing. You can. So therefore, the story could have been interconnected with him defending his title,
and it would have been beautiful. It would have been beautiful because it would have been. Roman would have been like, "Hey, I rely on you, man, and you, man, are fucking up my title defenses."
He's done that before. That's what you're saying now has happened.
But it should continue.
No, but it's happened though.
No, but the problem is,
so that's gonna happen again.
No. But the bloodline thing's been Jay Roman's happened. What are we talking about? But stories of
no, don't do that.
Stories of
Jay Roman happened because that was the beginning of this whole thing that's happening right now.
Exactly, and it's dovetailing. So what's the
dovetailing in terms of what?
So it's something's happened and it's happening again. We're retreading ground.
What with a different outcome?
This Jay versus Roman has happened, and we're gonna get it again.
Cool. What I'm trying to say is this: if Roman now comes and says, "Oh, you guys fucked up my thing again," then why are we doing this?
He's been doing that.
No, but he's done that once.
No, he's been telling these man for weeks that you man are not. You man need to pattern up.
I'm saying over him like getting ready to lose his title. In terms of the whole, didn't he do that against Logan Paul? Yeah. After Logan Paul match, he done the same thing.
Yeah, but the Usos didn't leave. The difference of stories now, the Usos have now left.
Them man are leaving.
Them man have left.
Them man are seeing clearly. Them man are seeing clearly and seeing that role. That man can't chat to me like this.
And that's why, because the thing is, what Ron will do, he'd splash them up, pattern them up, and then man will take it. This time will be like, do you know what? Fuck you. We're gone. And the thing is, the piece that's missing is that he's not doing his job as champion. We're getting one half of the story when in the past we've gotten both. We've gotten him as champion and him as leader of the bloodline. Because now we're only getting leader of the bloodline, and I'm not trying to hear in a wrestling company that the world champion's not defending it.
Okay,
I'm not trying to hear that. I am not trying to hear that.
This isn't us saying that the story is bad.
No.
This is us saying the story would be better if we knew what people are chasing for, and what is causing Roman Reigns to have this dissension with his family. You man are nearly causing me to lose my belt.
Exactly.
We need to see a constant fallout rather than him come. Toronto, acknowledge me. And every week he's having back and forth with his cousins. It's dead.
You're champion for what?
It's dead. Because then this is how people are now going to say to us, JAE EAUX should be main eventing. He should be the one to win the title. Fuck that.
I totally agree with where you guys are coming from.
Fuck that. Because really and truly, do you know what the end should be? It should be Cody being helped by the Usos and Solo Sikoa to win the title. The bloodline should completely fall.
And I said that.
But you want JAE EAUX to win the belt. So you're not saying
and that's
that.
fine. No, and that's fine. But I said that though from the beginning.
All right.
And also another thing as well. Okay, cool, man. Tell me this.
Go ahead.
Tell me this. Cool. Be honest with me right now. Be completely honest with me right now. Mania's finished. Yeah, we get that segment with Brock, Cody in the ring, Roman and who else is there? So whoever it is, the match is finished. The match is done. Colo's Roman's celebrating. Karrion Kross walks out. You man are gonna kiss your teeth.
He's a contender to get
a contender.
I'm not gonna. He's a contender to get
Wait. No, but the thing is, man, I'm being disingenuous because we literally just said Karrion Kross debuted and came back in regards to Roman Reigns. So for me, you're us man that would be sucking crocodile. Long time storytelling. Of course, yeah. But being disingenuous, man. Exactly. Us man that will be screaming, long time storytelling. But long term storytelling is right there in front of us.
And do you know this disingenuous?
Come on, man.
Disingenuous.
Even if man's pissed off at the match, it don't matter. A story's being told.
Do you know that's disingenuous as well? Because if we look at, I guarantee us here, the majority of Roman title reign, we've looked at the person and said they're gonna lose. Every time Roman's come out, we've looked at the match and said he's losing.
Do you think?
We know, no, wait, let me add. So we've said, so the outcome of the credibility of the opponent hasn't affected us before. It's never mattered before because
he can face that coward.
There's bare man. If you look at Roman's resume, there's bare man that he said he's not beating Roman, and we said, you know what? They're just man to get fed to Roman. So what's the difference now? What's the difference? What's the actual difference?
Also, I'll be honest, you know in WWE rules, if you don't defend your titles after 30 days, you get stripped off it. Roman's not defending his title.
The actual difference is...
Remember, they said if you can't defend your title for 30 days, you get stripped off the title. That's the WWE rule. That's a rule.
In the PG era, it was like that. But I get what that means.
That might be a rule. I can't lie.
You know, the PG era,
if you're injured, you get stripped, innit? Because you can't defend your title.
If you don't defend your title, not even if you're just injured.
Fact check it. I want to back you, so fact check. Fact check, I want to back it. I want to be on Nap's side.
Brock wasn't defending his title every single pay-per-view.
But when he came, he defended, no?
Okay. Roman missed two defenses after WrestleMania.
Brock was never gone.
You've got to deal with other business right now.
So after Cody, what was the next defense?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Nothing, bro. He's not had the defense.
There's not been no defense since.
Nothing.
Yes, but there's not been no defense
So
since.
a champion has so your cup. So the thing is, I understand this bloodline story is cooking. My point,
and this is our point. We're not against them. We like the story,
but the story can be interwoven.
Yes,
the story should be interwoven with a championship. And the thing is, the reason why we're saying this is because that's been the case throughout the entire story.
Let's go for the last two pay-per-views that
He'll lose the title.
Yeah, he's only the title at SummerSlam, and that's going to be great.
What, next month?
Yeah, he's
to who?
JAE EAUX. That's what he thinks.
Don't know. Let's see.
Not JAE.
Oh, either at Payback, whatever. It'll be good for him to lose that Payback because that's when he won the title. But to who though?
Something will happen.
Because I'd rather see him lose at WrestleMania. But with that being said, can someone pull up the Roman Reigns
title defenses?
No, the pay-per-views after WrestleMania. So we have WrestleMania Backlash. He wasn't there.
Didn't defend.
And he was on that pay-per-view. The Usos, the rematch. Cool. Then after that we had what? Now we've got what? Money in the Bank.
No, we had Night of Champions.
And Night of Champions was what?
That was Puerto Rico.
And
he didn't.
Night of Champions was Dubai. I mean Saudi. Sorry. Who was in that? Night of Champions was Saudi.
So WrestleMania.
Night of Champions was Saudi.
Yeah, you're right. Was Puerto Rico
was Backlash.
Yeah, Backlash.
Okay, Saudi. Who did he wrestle?
Logan Paul.
No, he didn't.
He didn't wrestle.
Who did he wrestle at Saudi?
I don't think he did because that's
he didn't wrestle.
I don't think he wrestled. Double checking it.
Roman hasn't defended the title since Mania.
So when did the fallout with him and Jay happen? Was that was after WrestleMania?
That was like 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago.
No, when he shoved him in the face.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was probably after Saudi. Let me check. That's what I'm trying to check.
So he's defended his title once then. Since then, maybe.
No, the main event was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn against
against Thingy. Roman and Thingy. Roman and Solo.
Yeah, Roman and Solo.
Okay, so he hasn't defended his title since Thingy. So he hasn't
wrestled. He's had things in between.
That tag team match is calm. Yeah. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because that links into the story. But at some point,
we've got to defend the title.
Before we start this thing, yeah, I understood where we're coming from. But for me personally, right now, yeah, I'm enjoying this story within the bloodline to the point where my head is literally focused on that, and it's bad. Which is bad. I said it's bad. Yeah, but you know. When he loses the title, it's going to be great. Because look at that pin. When he lost on flipping when he lost on Saturday, that pin was amazing.
But do you think here now that Roman, because you're saying when the person comes, what do we do until the person comes? Do we just continue this? Does Roman basically? Because you think, okay, let's assume he doesn't. JAE EAUX doesn't win a SummerSlam, right? Let's assume that. So what? Are we just gonna wait till WrestleMania for Cody?
I'll tell you what. I did say to you. Payback is when he won the belt, right? Against Braun Strowman? Who did he beat?
Beat Braun Strowman.
He beat Braun Strowman, and that's when he got.
Was it actually Payback?
It was Payback.
Oh, okay.
You got the first belt because Payback was after SummerSlam, innit?
Yeah.
Cool. So if he now comes to Payback, and that's how many years later? That's like 3 years later, and they run it back. If him losing the title at Payback, where he got it, amazing.
I think Payback's too small of a stage for something like this. This is the best title reign WWE had in.
So what? You want to wait until SummerSlam? I mean, you want to wait until WrestleMania next year?
I think you have to.
I can't.
I think you have to.
But
the thing is, no, that's the
reason why you can't wait is because there's no one ready to stand up to this motherfucker. It's just simple as that.
And
It's as simple as that.
that's the reason why him losing at this Mania is all the more important, because I feel like this story, yeah, we're all in agreement that this is the best story WWE have told, right? And I feel like you need to pay this story off on the stage of magnitude. Now, there's stages of magnitude, like SummerSlam is a big stage of like high, maybe a Survivor Series, but I don't know. You can't do that. I feel like this storyline needs to cap at a massive stage where we can really see the Empire fall. At the bit like Roman fall, and I feel
And that was WrestleMania 30. That's 39 went past.
Yeah, and I feel like for Roman's character, for someone as egotistical, for someone as manipulative as his comeuppance needs to come in the biggest moment of his life. It needs to. Do you know what I'm saying? For a character that huge, I feel like his fall needs to be tremendous.
But
His fall needs to be tremendous.
Can you wait? Can you guys?
I definitely get what you're saying, but then I think what would make it even more better if he loses at a Payback is the fact that it's not that grandiose stage. The grandiose stage is where you'd expect him to lose it.
Okay.
But the fact that it's at a Payback for him, it's like, I won it here. This is easy to me.
It's comfortable to my ground.
But if I lose it here, bro, the breakdown he's gonna have is gonna be
crazy.
even
It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse that way.
Bro, look at the vignettes there's gonna be. He won it here. He won the Universal title here 3 years ago to this day at this pay-per-view. For him, it's easy pickings. Like, he's probably gonna take the competition seriously. But then he gets the Payback and he loses. The meltdown that people think he had at Money in the Bank is nothing going to be compared to when he actually loses
It'll be
it.
best if it'll be good if he loses against Cody. If Cody finishes off this story with Brock, this dog chain match, whatever.
Question is, how are you gonna get Cody to SmackDown?
It's WWE, fam. They're fast and fast.
Don't figure
it out, man.
Brock, I'm done. I mean, Cody, I'm done. I mean, Robin, I'm done. That's what it's
I know,
easy.
but
It's easy.
I do feel
Cody
like
has something to say. Graphic.
I know I'm beating a dead horse, but it's like I just feel like Mania was the one.
It was. I said it.
Mania was the one.
After
Mania was
do
the
you know
one,
it took me 3 months for me to gather that. It took me 3 months, and I'll put my hand up for that. Yeah. On the night, it was epic. Man, if you have to not lie.
No, but the thing is, even till now, it would have still been good if there was an interwoven story of him still defending the belt. But it's the fact that we're so fixated on this Bloodline story that at this point, Cody has moved on to Brock. We actually don't know if it's now going to go all the way to the length of next WrestleMania, or if he's going to lose it this year.
I'm seeing like rumors about Cody Roman 2 Mania.
I've seen the graphic already.
I've seen rumors, and if it goes there, I can't lie. We've
chizzed it, man. I can't lie.
We've ruined it. We've ruined it. We've ruined it.
You know what it is?
We've ruined it.
Hey, Del, I agree with what you said. It should have ended at Mania, but then Payback, it has to end at Payback.
Payback, yeah.
After Payback,
So basically, we're all agreeing it has to end this year.
It has to end this year.
It has to end this year.
It has to end this year, man. I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
do you know what it is?
Bro,
Mandem.
Mania's a whole
That
year.
Payback match was in the pandemic, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And that's when Roman had that tea.
Yeah.
The vignette's gonna be brazy.
Yes, to
Roman
lose.
was-
It
yeah,
makes
it's gonna
sense
be
to
brazy,
lose
yeah.
at Payback, bro. I can't wait another year for another Mania, and it's too predictable now.
And I can't lie,
You get it?
Cody can Gunther's definitely gonna win that Royal Rumble next year.
Yeah.
Gunther and Cody are probably gonna main event WrestleMania next year.
Even that's predictable, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
simple.
be, but
Gunther got a Royal Rumble.
yeah, Gunther's gonna win it.
It
Cody
makes sense because he was an Iron Man this time, so it makes sense for him to
I
finish off.
swear, if Cody wins another Royal Rumble, I'm gonna lose it.
Now, Cody's not in the Royal Rumble. Bro, look.
I don't know, man.
NK, look.
I don't.
Listen, for me,
like for me, yeah, if I was to put if I was a betting man, yeah, I don't bet, but like the odds for Cody Roman 2 aren't low. It's a very strong possibility.
Just let Cody win that fucking world championship from Seth. That's it.
No,
But he's already stated that he doesn't want to win that title because that's not the title. His dad.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah,
So like we're gonna get Cody Roman. I just don't think it should be next year Mania.
yeah.
No, it won't.
It has to be this year.
It won't be. It might. Don't be surprised.
But at the same time, WWE still need to be building other dependable people.
Exactly,
So,
after-
because we don't want that whole question of what's next for Cody.
I think what it is when Cody does win, and I think I'm going to contradict myself. I think it'll be a lot easier for.
Yeah. Do you know what's mad about?
Hopefully.
Do you know what's
I
mad
think
about
it'll
this?
be a lot
You
easier.
know what's mad about this train as well? Correct me if I'm wrong. You know when people have a title match and then they normally get like a rematch at another pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, they've stopped
we've
rematch
stopped
clauses,
that.
yeah, they've
That's
stopped-
good. That's
they've
good
done
because
rematch
it's,
clauses, yeah.
because and that's the thing about Roman's title reign that I've liked is that it's the opponents like have been
But-
consistent for a while. Like even though this bloodline thing's been going on, he's been like facing different people.
But you need to realize as well that that's another reason as to why we're all saying, "Oh, who else can he challenge now?" Because he's gone through everyone. Whereas if they had at least one rematch, each wrestler will still
Would've
be
got
in that
boring,
train that okay, there's someone else that he can wrestle.
I mean, one or two people have had rematch. Like Kevin Owens had a rematch. Sami Zayn had a rematch.
That was at the start of his reign, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's just monumental, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Before we go into Ask Wrestlings, I want to give a quick shout out to Gabe Kidd and Alex Coughlin for winning the New Japan Strong belts, right?
Yeah, Bullet Club are back.
I can't like Bullet Club.
NK, say it.
Bullet Club gold. Bullet Club are actually getting gold this year.
Oh, the work in the dojos paid off.
Dan Maloney and is it? I don't want to guess.
Connors.
Clark Connors won the IWGP.
Yeah.
So they're collecting gold this year, innit? So it's nice, isn't it?
No, I need to watch. I need to watch the Resurgence show, but apparently John Moxley.
Well, John Watson, but I see the
Jim
kebab sticks in his
Kasai,
head still.
Yeah, nah, apparently it was like the whole show was
That's
good.
rare
Apparently,
though, in New Japan. Why is that brother in New Japan? I think,
Drink aside.
yeah, how did he get to New Japan?
That's Desperado.
Desperado,
Made
innit?
it effective,
Because they had the match, they had the death match last year.
At DDC.
No, it was another indie.
It was another indie promotion, another Japanese indie. They had the death match there, and obviously like
Why are they allowing him in New Japan? That guy's scary, you know. I've seen images of that guy. He's got like he wears contacts or something, innit?
yeah, but like yeah,
But that guy will give you DDT on.
but it makes
glass,
sense, isn't it? Jim Kasai, if anyone's gonna participate in that, it's Moxley, fam.
His story's proper sick though, like how he became who he is, isn't it?
How?
Like through all Japan. Was
Was he like a was it not? It's gonna sound crazy.
It was like a normal guy,
Yeah,
innit, but then
wrestler.
he just, I don't know, he just
went mad.
lost it, which became unhinged, innit?
Yeah, he's very
Because
unexpected.
because he became overlooked, innit? So
Yeah,
just like
If
getting
you guys see
madness,
these guys
innit?
back.
yeah. Apparently there was a spot where there was forks on the table and somebody got slammed into the forks, fam.
I seen the cut the cans as well.
Yeah.
That's his spot. He loves that shit. Fam.
Yeah, it's this death match, isn't it?
Ask Wrestlings, where we get you the people to ask us Wrestlings. First question from my guy Gabe the Kid. Let's try to run through these. Knowing that Jay will soon face Roman, most likely for the title, is there a way that Jay Uso's single run could work, and how would you book it?
They should have been cooking this from time.
Personally, I wouldn't book it. So
Yeah.
So what do you mean as a champion?
yeah, I wouldn't book him as champion.
How would I book it? I wouldn't know, but obviously the moment will be nice, and I'm a prisoner for that.
I feel like if I said this months ago on the podcast. I've said this to Nafi. If we're gonna do Jay Singh a title run, they should have been keating them up singles from time.
100%.
He's had a few shows by himself.
It's been a minute though.
It's been a minute.
I mean, the
bro.
Austin Fury one.
But when was that?
Last week, 2 weeks ago.
That was for the United States.
Nah,
Yeah, I mean, he's had a few. So
Did he win?
yeah, he won. He lost.
Exactly.
He didn't win the
He
title.
didn't win the title.
He lost.
He didn't. Yeah.
So
he lost with DQ.
that's what I'm saying. They should have been promoting him as a singles star who can get wins on his own. That's what I'm saying. That's
I
what
haven't done that for a while.
he hasn't done that for a while. So that I've been said like, nah, that's air, bruv.
Don't get me wrong. If he does have a singles run, it will be a very feel-good moment. But that's where it ends.
It's moment over
Yeah.
anything. But nah, fuck that.
Hot take from JB Spielberg. He says Austin and Colt Gunn are one of the better tag teams in AEW. I agree personally.
Character wise, there. I'm liking them in Bullet Club Gold though.
Yeah.
Since that many men entrance, bro, I can't lie.
Now their entrances are phenomenal. Entrance phenomenal.
Another question from JP Spielberg. Has AEW Collision been better than Dynamite since the first episode?
No,
But
it's cooking.
Collision is a great show. It feels like Heat. You see Heat back in the day when you used to watch Heat on a Sunday. I'm not talking about Heat. I'm talking about early Heat with
90s.
90s Heat with Undertaker appearing, Mick Foley appearing, The Rock appearing. Anyone can appear on that show. It feels great.
Yeah,
it feels good.
it's
it
a
feels
different
like,
vibe.
It feels like I thought I was gonna struggle to watch it on Saturdays, but here I am. I'm watching on Saturdays. So even I just always look forward to seeing CM Punk on there and Jay White.
I can't lie. Bullet. No, do you know who's
Bullet Club Gold is gonna do
Do you know
bits, bro.
who's benefited from this? Andrade.
Yeah.
Andrade,
yeah.
bruv, even that promo we cut backstage. I want my mask. I was like,
Do you know, have you seen what he's doing on Twitter?
No.
He's asking WWE wrestlers, where's his mask?
No, I
They're giving
can't
him a
lie.
mask.
Yeah, I'm fucking with Andrade.
He tweeted Zelina Vega goes, "Oh, great spot, but can you help me find my mask?" And you know what it is?
Did she respond?
I can't lie. They should give him a camera outside the ring. He should go do that. He should take it outside the
Did she
street.
respond?
Nah, he was just joking around. But like, yeah, it was just
want
funny.
my mask.
Next question from our guys, West Coast Pop. Big you guys up. They ask AEW Fight Forever or the TNA Impact game?
Okay, cool. Can I be honest?
Go ahead.
AEW Fight Forever for the actual look of it, but if it had controls like TNA, I remember TNA controls being very easy on my first going. So yeah,
I ain't played.
You used to play it, bro. When I would invite you to my house to come play it, fam.
I
You need to play it. Let me know when you want to link. I'll bring my PS. We're doing it soon, right? We've got everything else. So I'll just play it.
I mean, when can we go park? Shoot content.
Probably next week.
Yeah, we can do that, innit? Darren, if WrestleMania comes to London, what would you want to be the main event and what would open the show?
I don't know. I feel like I don't want. Do you know what it is? I want to be surprised. I genuinely want new people to main event WrestleMania. By the time it comes London, it'll be like 3 years later, innit? So I expect new main eventers. Obviously, there'll be like the one established name versus somebody new in it, but I don't know. Like, I want to be surprised. I don't want any matches that I'm thinking of now to be there. Like, I want something completely different.
No, of course.
Mr. Frimpong, he asks, would you rather see an Aleister Black WWE return or a Thea Trinidad AEW debut?
Aleister Black.
And what would you have them do?
WWE return, fam.
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black WWE return, easy. But Triple H like, had visions for Aleister Black, man.
Son.
Triple H will make him go against Roman.
100%.
And that match would bang.
Ooh! I need that.
That match would
Did you
bang.
get that?
No.
Nah.
Did we get something close to that?
No.
No, the closest we got to that is Buddy Murphy versus Roman.
If they run that back, flipping Seth and flipping Aleister Black right now, fam, that'd be great.
And last question, is there something that you would like to see in wrestling this year that hasn't already happened? And also big you guys up for a great event on Saturday. It was good seeing Mr. Frimpong, man. It was good seeing
Okay, I'm gonna say this, guys. Arrest me now. Arrest me right now. Arrest me now. This year or next year, I want to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Arrest me now. I'm still on it. Arrest me.
No, I want it as well.
Without the title.
Without the title. Arrest me, please. Without the title. Arrest me.
I want it as well.
You want it?
I want to see.
Hey, I swear, I need my receipt.
you know what?
I paid good money for that. I need it.
Do you know what?
Even you want it. I know you want it. I think be honest.
I don't care for it.
Be honest. Be honest.
I don't care for it.
If this man, Who said that first? We'll be all of us. We'll be like this. Oh!
That is mad.
That looks mad, bro.
That was brave.
You man are sex pest. I don't give a fuck. I don't feel mad to you. Man are sex pest. You guys always go say with your sex pest.
I think.
Man.
I mean, it's less likely now because he's injured, but I can't lie. I want him to run back Danielson Omega, man. I need that back.
Oh yeah.
I have to run it back, man. I beg. And this year, please, because Danielson's getting older, man. So.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, man, it's good up.
That's for the questions, man.
Cool. 25th of July. Hackney Wick, Colour Factory. We got Hustle throwing on a great show. Make sure you guys are there. Grab your tickets. I'll buy your tickets in the description.
Yeah.
And then I'll buy you as well, I'm sure.
Actually, quickly,
Yeah.
I went to go chat to my trusty friend at ChatGPT, and I asked him if we were to do WrestleMania in London with only European wrestlers, what do you think the card would be? And it could be past and present. This is the card they gave me. So it said opening match, Cesaro versus Walter. Second match, Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
Third match would be Grizzled Young Veterans versus Moustache Mountain. Then we got Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
We got Ilya Dragunov versus Noam Dar. Fit Finlay versus William Regal.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's why I kept quiet.
This is so weird. We had an intergender match of Aleister Black versus Becky Lynch.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
That was the match.
Nah. No. Do you know what it is?
What the fuck was that match?
No.
It needs to be questionable.
You see, that card was building to something, and then it just went. But I would have put Walter in the main event though.
Yeah,
I would have put
no,
Walter
no,
in the main event.
Are you leaving your house for that?
What, for Walter versus?
No, you're leaving your house for the whole card.
We're in London.
Yeah.
What if we get complimentary?
No, I would generally leave my house up until like the last 2 matches.
Okay, would you leave your house for that in general?
Bro, Walter versus...
Oh, there's also Marcel Bartel versus Fabian Aichner. So Imperium facing each other.
Yeah. Would you leave your house for that? Carnival's the same day.
WrestleMania.
Of course not Carnival, but like...
I'll leave my house to go watch Namdar.
I'd leave my house for Walter and Cesaro and to see Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate again. Yeah, I would definitely leave my house for that.
I can't lie, I'm going to that. I'm going to that. I'm leaving my house for it.
I'll leave my house.
I'm definitely.
I leave my house for it. I can't lie. I'm being an idiot. I'm being a dickhead.
Alright, cool.
Yo, guys, this is episode
179.
It was Wrestling Podcast. I've been a Nafi.
Your boy Sam Blacks.
Doughboy.
Laps.
NK.
It's Wrestling's podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast in the whole world. Industry certified, real niggas recognized. You already know the vibes. Tell your mum, tell your dads, tell your nan, tell your girlfriend, tell your links, tell the babes whose bedroom you've been hiding in. This is Wrestling's podcast. It's by the Mandem.
For the Mandem.
By the Mandem.
For the Mandem.
By the Mandem.
For the Mandem.
Damn.
Nah, you violate.
Chicago, I love you.